Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. Today we'll be continuing my ongoing series called Outfit Fundamentals, where I take a look at a specific brand that I love and the whole aesthetics. I go piece by piece from bottom to top about the details of it, and then I'll show you a few outfits I put together with the whole aesthetic of this same brand. So pardon if I'm sniffling today. It's pretty cold here, so I've gotten a bit sick, so bear with me. So today we'll be having a look at Demeulemeester, and let's go. So Demeulemeester, one of the members of the famous Antwerp Six. She, as I said, she's very famous. She was born in Belgium and studied in the Royal Academy of Arts. Her whole aesthetic is based on Gothic, very dark wear. I would say she's very inspired by traditional Japanese, but not very strong traditional menswear, women's wear, a lot of dresses, and she's sometimes described as being kind of clothes you will wear to a funeral, kind of. They're very monochrome, a lot of black, a lot of white, very good fabrics used, a lot of shirts, a lot of traditional menswear and women's wear pieces that are very formal, but she gives a little bit of a twist to it, and every piece of hers, to me, you instantly recognize it, you instantly see her aesthetic and you recognize it. She was at the helm of her own brand until 2013, where she stepped down with a very nice letter that I'll see if I can put here on screen, and I'll link it so you can read it. It's very nice, it's a very good read. And Sebastian Munier stepped up as her replacement, and I have to say, as a big fan of the brand, I think this was a very good decision. His collections after Anne have been great, especially menswear. I've loved every new one, and the latest one for me was awesome. She's definitely one of my favorite designers, and her brand aesthetic is one of the ones that's really connected with me from the past year. I've been following this brand for about 2 years now, and I really know a lot about it and follow it really closely. The price range are pretty good for being a high-end brand, and as I said, being one of the legendary Antwerp Six with Dries, Walter, etc., she definitely makes very good clothes and stuff you really keep for life. I have, I think, 2 pieces from her, from Andy, and I'm still looking to acquire more, especially more shirts from the latest collections that I really loved. Alright, so as we do in the series, we're going to go step by step of the different pieces of what makes this aesthetic. Alright, so as we always do, let's start with the shoes. Andy's shoes are very varied. I'm going to be approaching this more of a menswear look, a menswear direction, since you guys know I'm not the greatest women's wear connoisseur, but I'll tell you what I know about the menswear since I follow so closely. So lately, the Demeulemeester aesthetic starts with the bottom, right? The bottom shoes, normally we can divide these in 3 kind of shoes. We have the ones which are my favorites, and they're very iconic, which are the combat boots, Demeulemeester combat boots, right? There's very different variations, but they're all made with leather. And the ones I have are these ones. You can check my video review I did on them, and I love them. There are different, as I said, different iterations. There's some with different lacing, different materials. The very famous backlace combat boots, which are legendary, and that's pretty much it. If you have some boots, you give the look. Absolutely, some good leather combat boots that can be any brand. As I said, from my Joji video, you can check out some Doc Martens, some all black, and just wear them a lot and you got the look. Second look, I would say, are zip boots or taller zip boots which don't have laces and are leather as well. I have one of those as well, and I did a review which you can check them out. But here I'll put various images of other boots. Then a third shoe that I think is basic for the aesthetic is a derby shoe, that be it a classic derby, a chunky derby, a longer derby. as I said, you can see all these avant-garde brands. They kind of have the whole aesthetic going of these worn down leather shoes. So you don't have to buy the ones from Andy. From what I've heard, the latest ones from the latest seasons haven't been the best quality. Some have broken, but you can find a lot of different choices from Marcel, from, I don't know, the last conspiracy, you know. There are a lot of different ones that you can check out. I'll put a lot of images here of them, but derbies as well go very good, and I'll tell you how they go very good with the pants and the trousers that Anne uses. And then finally, I've seen here and there some normal shoes. When I say normal shoes, I might say like some sneakers that have very special fabrics, some velour. I'll try to put some images here so you get kind of the feeling that I'm going for. But for me, that's a good foundation for your outfit. Some leather boots, some shoes like that, etc. Right, the second part are the trousers. The whole Andy look is very slim, but not as slim as someone, but very slim. So a good pair of slim black trousers go great. She uses very nice, very beautiful fabrics on her trousers. But if you have some slim black trousers and they go a bit over your shoe, they go great. Also, a lot of striped trousers are shown in her shows, and a lot of different fabrics. I'll try to put some images here. But the idea is your trousers go a little bit above your boots, so they don't cover them completely, and then you're good to go. Alright, the next one we're going to talk about is the tops. So tops, I would go pretty much shirts of any kind, white shirts, blue shirts, purple shirts are the basis of the Anne look. But since she uses so many cool fabrics and their shirts are very nice, if you can find some colored shirts, kind of follow the same color palette that you can see, black, white, dark blue, etc. There's been some pink in the last one in the spring summer. But anyways, some shirts are great. Some t-shirts, nice simple t-shirts are also shown. But mainly I think the basics of the top are shirts. Be sure to put a few images here so you guys can check it out. Then rising up, we have different options. A lot of waistcoats are used in Anne, which you can see in these pictures here, or also blazers. But I'm going to skip over those. If you want more info, I'll put a few images here so you can check it out. And then finally, outerwear. She normally in the brand, and lately with Sebastian, he's been doing a lot of overcoats, a lot of long coats. I really love this this collection, which look like they have been they have fallen off a boat and they were like going out of the water with this whole, it's a mix of piratey. It reminds you a little bit of Peter Ackerman, but not really. And as I said, a lot of overcoats, classic wool coats, classic wool sailor coats, etc. Alright, so I've explained piece by piece a little bit about how we're showing accessories. There's a lot of silver. She really likes putting a lot of different accessories, like crow's feathers are very into the whole aesthetic, since, as I said, funeral wear, you know, death, etc., gothic, everything we'll see around that. Alright, so after we've gone piece by piece, I'm going to show you two outfits I've put together for you. So outfit number one, and one of my favorites, is very simple, very, very simple. So we start at the bottom, right? We got the Demeulemeester combat boots, nice leather boots, chunky, give you an edge, right? Then I got my Joji wool pants, which I'll show you another video, explain a little bit more about those, but what they are is they're size 3, right? And since I'm so tall, they fit very slim on me. So what they do, since they're wool, they give me this whole aesthetic without buying a sneaker, without buying trousers, which is pretty cool. And they fall just above the boot, so it looks amazing in my opinion. It gives me right that look I've been looking for those slim trousers. Then on the top, a simple white shirt from a simple white shirt from Uniqlo U that I've had for ages. Simple, nice, good fabric. And then my Uniqlo U and JW Anderson overcoat, which again gives me that whole hand vibe, very long, very flowy, and it has these straps, which gives you another look. For me, that's great. It's a great outfit, one I use a lot, and it makes me, I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm myself, you know, my own identity, and it's one of my favorites. But you guys can tell me what you think. Alright, and finally for outfit number 2, I was inspired by that runway. I don't remember if it was, I think it was fall winter 18, I believe, but I'll put it in screen. Of this whole guys coming out of the sea, that they've been cast away, they've fallen from the boat and they've been at sea and they're coming out, and it's whole piratey vibes, right? So on the bottom I have my zip boots, and then I have some black trousers with a red stripe, very small red stripe on the side, which I put inside of the boots. And then on top I've got another shirt from Uniqlo, this time very purple burgundy shirt, which again gave me so many hand vibes. It was amazing. And then finally I've got a sailor's coat on the top to give that whole look. The shirt on the bottom is a bit unbuttoned to give that whole evil look, that whole aesthetic that Sebastian was bringing to that runway show. But again, let me know what you think, and here it is. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. That was pretty quick look at Demeulemeester. I didn't want to make this video too long. I could be talking hours and hours about the brand. It's one of my favorite brands and will forever be one of my favorite brands. I'm looking in the future to acquire maybe some shirts and some other pieces from, but I think it really, I can really show who I am wearing it, and it's really where my style is going to at the moment. Anyways, thanks for joining me today, and our next one, not my final one maybe, but my final one for now will be Keep for Standing Up, so look forward to that one. Alright, see you.